we had any. What do you mean it's due today? Okay, here, let's make a deal. How about you give me your paper and I'll write everything down and then I'll give you back your paper and then we both have our homework done. Well...
So, what should Maggie do? She's in a very tough spot right now. One of her very best friends is asking her for help, friendship. On the other hand, really give her paper over to copy for a homework assignment? Yikes, Maggie doesn't really like the sounds of that either. What should she do? Talk with a neighbor and discuss. So I hope you had some really good discussion about this situation. It is a tough one. It's tough in the sense that Maggie, as a friend, would love to help Yasmin out. I mean, that's what friendship is all about, correct? Being loyal, being dependable, being helpful, being encouraging. And yet we have two virtues kind of clashing here, friendship and being honest about what you should do and not cheating and just handing it over an assignment. So, in the end, what Maggie should do in this situation is be direct with a friend and say, you know what, Yasmin, I would love to help you, but I really can't hand over the assignment this time. I hope you can understand. And you know what? Friends respect one another. I think in this situation, Yasmin, even though it's challenging, would say, you're right, Maggie. Thank you for that reminder.
Hey, dude. Yeah, you saving up for anything cool? I'm saving up for a Dog Man book.
Oh, cool. Hey, there's some money.
Well, that's not ours.
Yeah, but...
All right. Well, Spencer and Zaire are really having a tough time right now figuring out what to do with the fact they just found money. Talk as a class real briefly to see what you think they should do. So, you've had this quick discussion. I would venture to guess that all of you came up with what is correct in this scenario. Giving the money back, especially when you know exactly where it came from, is the right thing to do. Is it tough to do that all the time? Well, sure it is. Because again, it takes sacrifice, and integrity does involve sacrifice. They could have each had $20 if they split it up, and I'm sure that would go a long way towards saving for whatever they wanted next. But they made a right choice, even though it was difficult. Hey, do you want to see what it could have looked like if they didn't give the money back? Take a look.
Hey, Mr. Bertels, the pizza guy is here. Do you have the money?
Oh yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Perfect, looking forward to it.
All
Just
right.
grab it right here out of my pocket. Wait a minute. It's gone. No money? No pizza?
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how was you?
Good.
What you doing this weekend?
I'm going out with my friends.
Oh, crazy, because I'm going out with my auntie and uncle.
Oh,
Hey, Nadia, you see something over there?
yeah.
Let's go get it.
Okay.
Hey, it's an iPhone. What should we do?
All right, so you just watch a little video clip of a couple of our students on the playground, seeing a phone, finding a phone, and they're kind of wondering, what do we do with this phone? Well, I'm sitting right now, rather than have all of you talk in class about what they should do, this time I'm sitting down with an 8th grade student, Jabril, and I have a couple questions for him. First of all, Jabril, I'm understanding that a couple of weeks ago you actually lost your phone, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, and let me ask you this. How did you feel when you first realized, yikes, I don't have my phone right now?
I was really scared. I was nervous because, you know what I'm saying, I just got my phone. It was my birthday the past week, and I just got it, so I was kind of nervous.
Yeah, and I that was a detail I didn't realize. So you had just gotten the phone like the week prior. It was, and yeah, phones they cost a lot of money, right? Absolutely, they cost a lot of money. So you were nervous. Is it safe to say you were kind of frantically looking for it and trying to figure out what might have happened to it?
Yeah, I was looking everywhere.
Looking everywhere? Okay. So, I don't know the timetable. Maybe it was an hour later or later that same day, though. You came to the office to see if anyone had maybe seen the phone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what were you told in the office?
I was told that after I asked Mr. Hunley, it was lunch period, and I asked him, could I look in his home? I told him I lost my phone. I asked him, could I look in his home room, and it wasn't in there. Then I asked him again. Then he said I could go outside and look for it. I didn't see it. So then I came back in and asked the office if they had seen it.
Okay. And did you get good news or bad news from the office?
I got good news.
You got good news? What was the good news?
The good news was that Miss Kelly found it.
Uh-huh. And Miss Kelly had found the phone out on the playground and thankfully had taken it to the office. We were hoping to figure out who the phone belonged to, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, Miss Kelly found the phone, returned the phone to the office. I'm pleased to say, though, Jabril, that not only have we seen that from Miss Kelly this year, but from many students, too, in varied situations where they found things, take it to the office, and I got to tell you, it's exciting to be able to give it back to the person that it belongs to, because it does make their day, right, when they're nervous about it. And it sounds like your day went from terrible day to right back to, phew, it's still a good day after all when you got that phone back. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Indeed. Awesome. Well, I want to thank Jabril for being very open about this story and being willing to talk about it on video. I know it's tempting sometimes to just say, oh, sweet, money, or sweet, a phone. I'm just going to put it in my pocket and keep it. But keep in mind, when someone receives something back that belongs to them, what a special gift you're giving them back. And don't forget either that rightfully, it does belong to that person to begin with. Thanks for sharing, Jabril.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun watching these video clips. I really enjoyed having the opportunity to work with some students and Miss Kelly as well to put these little video clips together for us to think about integrity. I want to end with this. Please realize that integrity is about quietly doing the right thing, even though it may be hard. We can get more money in our pocket, or grab a new phone, or quickly try to get an A on a test and do really well. But in the end, if we haven't done the right thing, it's still not going to feel very good. It's not about public recognition or affirmation either. In fact, one of the things that struck me as I was even interviewing Jabril a few minutes ago was Jabril got his phone back. It was actually 2 students that found it and gave it to Miss Kelly, who then gave it back to Jabril. He didn't necessarily even know that 2 students had found it first before Miss Kelly did. But it really didn't matter. Those 2 students, when they found the phone, returned it because they wanted to do the right thing, not because they were looking for their names to be shouted from the mountaintops that they had done the right thing. So how about you? Are you willing, even though it may be hard, to do the right thing? It may not get you rich. It may not get you fanfare. It may not even get you A's. But in the end, you're going to look yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? I like what I'm seeing right here. Because this is a person committed to doing the right thing. Good morning, young 5s, kindergartners, 1st graders, and 2nd graders. We are so excited to celebrate with you the final virtue of the year, which is integrity. Integrity, as you know, is a virtue that talks about being honest and doing the right thing and having a great reputation. And we have certificates in our hands right now for students who've gone above and beyond showing this virtue.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, Miss Kelly.
In the Young Fives classroom, this student receives an award for sharing your honest heart and fun personality with the class. Thank you for making the classroom a fun place to spend each day this year. Gianna Thompson.
Good work.
Another student in Young Fives for coming to school daily with your kind heart, fun personality, and being trustworthy with any task you were given. Keep spreading sunshine, Olivia Shelton.
Way to go, Olivia.
The last student in Young Fives for being ready to step in and help with whatever task was asked, and you would do it with a smile. We can always depend on you. Levi Cook.
Good work, Levi. With a smile even.
With
Well, bonus. There you go. All right. Well, Mrs. Eggert has some award winners in her classroom, and this next student gets one for completing his virtual assignments and following Google Meet rules. Julian Wright.
Nice job, Julian.
And we have an award winner for being honest and trustworthy. Liam Yates.
Nice job, bud.
Well, Mrs. Smith's class is next, but over to you, and then I'll take Mrs. Smith's
Yes,
class.
moving to Mrs. Bowers' kindergarten classroom. This student receives an award for being an example to the class. You are a great friend and a hard worker. I am so proud of you. Evan McMaster.
Good work, Evan.
Another kindergartner for choosing to tell the truth and follow the rules. You rock. Brielle Fairley.
Nice job, Brielle.
Another kindergartner for showing up and working to follow our virtual meeting rules. You are amazing. Paxton Wallace.
Good job, Paxton. Well, Mrs. Smith's class is next, and we have an award winner for always telling the truth in every situation, even when it's hard. Cole Van Gessel.
That is tricky, even when it's a hard situation. Good job, Cole.
Exactly, way to persist. So we have an award winner next for doing the right thing every single day. Your heart is pure gold. Violet Eager.
Nice job, Violet.
And our next award winner gets one for following the Eagle Way in the hallway every time we leave the classroom. Evelia Face.
Nice job, Avelia. Moving to 1st grade, this student, Mrs. Vandergut's class, I'm sorry. This student receives an award for having an honest heart and a trustworthy reputation. Way to go. Ruby Wiegand.
Nice job, Ruby.
Another student for choosing to do the right thing even when no one is watching.
Wow.
That's a pot, you.
Good work.
And another first grader for having the moral courage to know the difference between right and wrong. She chooses to do the right thing. Naomi Pearson.
Good job. Way to pick the right thing, Naomi. Well, next up in first grade, we have Mr. Savoy's class. Yes, and this student gets one for showing honesty in everything that she does. Thanks for making great choices. Eliza Dimmel.
Nice job.
We next have a student who gets one for doing the right thing even when no one else is looking. I think we've heard that theme before, right, Miss Kelly? Thank you for making wise choices. This award goes to Desi Papangelopoulos.
Nice job, Desi.
Our next award winner gets one for making wise choices even when it's hard. Thank you for your honesty. Gavin Smith.
Honesty is important. Way to go, Gavin.
Indeed it is.
Moving to Miss V's first grade classroom, this student receives an award for always choosing the right thing to do, even when no one is watching. Leah Perrin.
Good work, Leah.
Another first grader for always trying to make sure others do the right thing when a teacher is not around. Aiden Holder.
Nice job, Aiden.
Next up in my hand, second grade, but we're going to go to you, Mr. Bartel.
All right, I have second grade as well, Miss Velt's class. So this student gets one for showing high moral character all school year, both virtually and in person. He is a role model for his peers. Jacob Woods.
Nice job, Jacob.
And our next award winner gets one for earning a reputation of being trustworthy and kind. She chooses to do what is right all the time. Camilla Ortiz.
Nice job, lady.
Mrs. Hoover's class is next, but we'll let you jump. You have what, Miss Lyons' class?
I
I'm guessing,
sure
Miss Kelly?
do.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
This second grade student receives an award for being so responsible in your actions and so respectful in your friendships. Molly Phillips.
Good work, Molly.
This second grader receives an award for being a patient friend and always acting trustworthy. Cole Cecilia.
Nice job, Cole.
And the last second grader in Miss Lyons' class receives an award for having an honest heart and being gracious to all. Kennedy Broersma.
Excellent job, Kennedy. All right, here we go. Mrs. Hoover's class, second grade. For always telling the truth and working hard to make sure she and her friends are making the right choices. Kari Robinson.
Nice job, Kari.
And next up, we have a student for being a good friend and encourager to others on Google Meets and working hard to make the right choice all the time. Jillian Demore.
Woohoo!
And our next second grader gets one for being trustworthy and honest and making the right choice even if no one is watching. Zayden Coleman.
Nice job, Zayden.
Well, that does complete all of our award winners for this month. But you know what? We have lots and lots and lots of students who are doing the right thing even when no one's watching, even if you didn't get an award.
We sure do.
Wow, we are
so
proud of you guys. We are. Together, we're all proud of you, indeed. You've had a great year. So, Miss Kelly, launch us off.
Absolutely. And this one's going to be the most important one yet because I'm not going to be with you every day over the summer to encourage you. So I want you to hear me loud and clear when I say you are smart, you can do it, and I believe in you. Bye.